Hi, my friends. I want to do a quick update about the stock market because there's been a lot of focus and a lot of attention by a lot of people, okay? And because I told you money runs the world, and so of course, the worship the dollar. It's very important, even in some spiritual aspect, of what's happening, okay? So I did some day trading again today. I was long, I was short. I mean, I traded my rear end off, and it did very well. So it was such a blessed day. I'm not kidding you. So thank you, Father, Lord, and angels, and everybody, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this trading. And I know God and our Creator and also Lord, that they all had aligned it a long time ago for me to have the experience of being involved with stock markets, the financial system. Heck, my mother was even the finance director of Montrose, right? So I learned a lot about finances, and I've learned a lot about stock market. I started investing at a small age, and there's a story about Donald Trump even. I kid you not. Okay, now I'm going to throw this in there because you guys, you don't understand the timing and coincidence of things. I did not know that the Father, the Lord, and everybody was my entire life. I mean, I had no idea, and I woke up way late in this game. I said, oh my gosh, you have been there every day, every step, just monitoring. Hi, just quiet in the background, because I was just agnostic. I didn't even really think about a creator, didn't think about God, think about the Lord, and it's crazy, isn't it, that with so many years I didn't go to church, like I said, I didn't see these things, and it was just all around me. So anyway, so you tell you a story about Donald Trump. Yes, you're gonna love this one. You gotta be kidding me. So I'd saved up all my money because I did. We were a very wealthy family. We did the best we could. I mean, my parents, we used to have to haul logs, cut wood, and haul off the mountain to heat our house. My parents, they struggled to survive like everybody else and lived in a house in the country in Colorado, and did everything we could to survive for money. So money was very important to us. I didn't even have an allowance. I kid you not. My parents couldn't afford to give me an allowance. So a lot of times I would just do things, do chores around the house, or cutting logs, or just hard labor, or just whatever. As part of the family thing, I didn't think that, and I never thought about it as a kid. Everybody always talked about allowance, and I didn't even know what allowance was. All my friends, even talking, some of the ones that were kind of poor, they said, oh, but my parents give me allowance. The only allowance I got is occasionally they would give me money if I asked my mother on a Friday, say, can I have some money to go to the theater because my buddies are going. So sometimes she would do that, but we just didn't have the money, right? But they did do good things. I mean, they're very wise spending because they squeak by and make Christmas great, buying motorbikes, snowmobiles, and stuff like that, so we could actually enjoy the outdoors and things like that. So they spent the money in the right places, but I always feel like this outcast because kids are always running to the theater. They go to the theater, they buy popcorn. I'd be sitting there, no popcorn because I can't afford it, and things like that, or buying a drink of Pepsi or Coke, and the thing. But see, part of that also taught me about discipline, respecting money. It sounds weird, can actually teach you things, even though it's an evil instrument. Respecting about being conservative and being respectful of how it's hard earned and things like that. We know that, right? It teaches a lot of things. So anyway, so back to Donald Trump. So I'd saved up all my money, mowing lawns, and I did odd jobs. I was trying to think. Oh, I worked out at a place cleaning up mobile home lots and stuff like that. Well, anyway, ones that were selling, like places in town. Well, anyway, so saved up all my money. I said, well, I'm going to try to invest in some stock, right? Because I got really interested in this stuff, right? So I opened up a brokerage account. I think I was a teenager, about I think at that time, I think it was about 16, maybe 16 years of age. So I invested in, it was called the Bank of New York. Oh, you're going to love this. So I said, banks are seeming pretty stable, and, I never heard of bank going bankrupt. So I'm going to invest in Bank of New York, right? Oh my goodness. I put everything I had almost in this thing because I didn't know about investing, and spread your eggs out, do more research. I just figured, bank. I saw this bank in New York. Oh my gosh, they go bankrupt. They go bankrupt on me, and I'm like, I just lost all my money. And I said, what happened? Guess what? Our infamous Donald Trump was the cause of it. And you know why? I called the banking, because that's how, as a young age, I was proactive. I called the bank and said, what's going on here? They said, oh, well, they said, here's the problem. They said that we had loaned 80% of our assets, 80% of banking, so that's millions and millions of dollars, to Donald Trump and his enterprise, and he's gone bankrupt on us. And I said, what? I said, why would you give that much money? Well, Donald Trump had political power then, and so he bankrupted them. A bank gave all their money to him, just like Kirk put all his money in one basket, like the stock market. That president of the bank should have been fired. Are you kidding me? Probably was, lost his job. So anyway, so Donald Trump bankrupts the Bank of New York. Goes belly up. Boom, gone. And guess what? Because he has a corporation, he walked away. This man, yes, I'm going to judge him by his actions and his fruits. I have righteous judgment. Donald Trump is a stinky. He ain't a Christian, because I can tell you this, he is a stinky because he bankrupted that bank, and he claims he did this all on his own, became a multi-millionaire, billionaire now. Are you kidding me? Bud, you borrowed money from your dad, you bankrupt people across the nation. That's just the one that I know that nobody talked about. Nobody talked about that when he was running for president, how he bankrupted the Bank of New York and left a lot of people hanging. You know, nobody talks about those things. And so you imagine how many people that man has lied to, stolen from, and thefted from, and given hardly anything back to society other than his ego about how wonderful man I am. Are you kidding me? So there's your President Donald Trump. And I know more about him than, because I've talked to CIA agents. He is friends with the Mexican drug cartel, and I don't care if anybody comes after him. I've talked to generals. He is friends with them. He plays everybody. Yeah, Trump, like the card, trumpet. You get Trump, and also Trump Revelation. Trump, you've been trumped. You've been trumped. He's tricky. He just doesn't get caught like everybody else. I don't know how he does it. He's just good at it, isn't he? Yeah, he's a Trump. He's a tricky card. So anyway, not to go on about that. That was my personal experience. And I tell you what, if I ever get money out of that man again, it's going to for the glory of God, it's going to help people in the society. Everybody, right? But I don't know if I ever would. But that, and I'm not going to go there, but I'm just telling you, the money he took from me, from bankrupting a bank and walking away, is just disgusting, right? And I can't imagine how many people probably lost their stuff, Bank of New York, their businesses, their mortgages, everybody that lost in that process. It's a nightmare. So anyway, so back to the stock market. So here we are, all these years later, with Donald Trump. So that's when he ran for president. I said, oh, that's that guy that he bankrupted, I took my money. You know what I mean? So anyway, so here's the thing, stock market update. Now, there's Gregory Mandarino. Watch his videos. He talks the truth. He talks how they're going to break the middle class. He knows the truth. I think he knows more than he's letting on about how the Illuminati, the one world government, all this stuff. He is exposing a lot. He just doesn't talk about it much. And so anyway, he's even exposed how the Jabba Jabberoo's a lie, and how they indoctrinated you with getting the punches and the jabs and all this other crap, and how the vacuum, let's say the gypsy poison that they're giving these people, the gypsy medicine. We know what that is, right? You know what? Because I don't eat my channel thing. The gypsy medicine, how it's a lie. And he actually had a physician exposed it out of Arizona, and they shut him down. He can't even talk now. And I don't know if the guy lost his job. As a surgeon. True story. But anyway. So he's a great guy for getting information about general stock markets, and just an honorable guy, respectful. I mean, this man is great. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about him is he's pretty good, but he hasn't been through the rough times like I have. And I've been through every market up and down crash. And he's only been training for 13 years. And he kind of got his people on the wrong side. He said he told them to buy the dip and go long. He apologized. And that's honorable. Very honorable guy to come out and say, hey, I made a dang mistake. We all make mistakes. I made them too. I made a ton. Why do you think I've gotten so good at trading now? I made so many damn mistakes. I made every one of them, and I learned from them, though. That's why I'm very careful about trading the stock market, okay? So anyway, I cleared all my positions in cash overnight, and what I'm looking for is they bring the market down red, like deep red. You got to be cautious on going alongside or buying that dip, because they're going to try to bounce that sucker back up. Now, it's possible that this is a nightmare. The Fed did nothing today. Did nothing. They absolutely did nothing to help the inflation, the economy, anything. The oil is out of control now because they did nothing. Oh, you got to be kidding me. And I knew this was going to happen. First thing when I saw the stock market this morning, the futures before the market opened, it was green. I said, "Oh my God, they're going to pull the rug out under later." I've seen this game played before. They pump it and then they dump it, and I said, "Oh, it's a dump coming." Sure enough, man, they pumped it all more. It was up 2% on most of the indexes, and then it was negative 2%. I mean, a complete reversal. Oh, you kidding me? Wiping out people right and left. Well, anyway, it's sad. It's not funny. So anyway, so tomorrow is what I'm looking for. Red. If it's very deep red, then there might be some kind of small recovery, but not expecting much. Tomorrow could be a disaster is what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to say this one. I don't usually try to predict, but from a trading standpoint, tomorrow could be a disaster because they confirm that this market's ready to sell. It's going lower. And but I need to look at the SPY. So don't take that as financial advice because even myself, I've talked to Brother Henry. I want to see what the futures are doing, and I want to get a gauge of what's happening tomorrow because the Fed screwed up. And I'll tell you what, nothing's worse. You lose trust from the Wall Street boys, and they're crying. And so it's going to be a nightmare. So I tell people stay in cash or sit on the sideline because the risk reward is not there. Okay, and so you hang tight. You hang tight and you just let things unfold because even Brother Henry's going to buy the Bitcoin. I said, stay out of that Bitcoin too. Stay out of there. I said, so he said, I'm going to agree with you, Kirk. I'm staying on the Bitcoin as well. There is a gap up that the Bitcoin is going to recover and be trade higher, but that could be 6 months from here. I do see a gap that has to be filled. The Bitcoin will be higher than it is today, and I don't know how that's going to happen, but I see it. So yeah, you can invest it and pray if it goes, and keep praying for 6 months as it goes lower, and have your money sit there doing nothing and sitting there idle. So I do not recommend buying the Bitcoin yet, even so, because I've been waiting to buy that dip, and I'm going to sit there and wait until I see that opportunity, right? And I'm not a big Bitcoin. If I buy the Bitcoin, it'll be short term because I do not like the Bitcoin. It is not investment. It's another fake instrument of it's going to be a disaster. They're going to blow that Bitcoin right through the roof when they start their one world currency, which we don't know what it is. All right, they're going to blow it away. It's going to be a disaster. What else? Want to make sure I got everything out there. Oil's going higher, and that's a sad. Oil. Well, actually, I'll correct that. I think oil. I'm not going to even put a projection on oil. Not even going to. Don't even care. Don't even care because this inflation is going to eat you in any direction you turn. What else? Because even the thing is, Biden right now, he'd have to dump more reserves out there, and I don't think he's going to. He's not going to. He might just try to make it look like they're trying to do something, maybe. But I haven't heard any word about oil at all from anybody. And the oil prices are higher than when he did the last reserve drop. Higher. And nobody's talking about it, right? See, there's the president doesn't do their duties. I mean, Biden should be out there. You don't want to scare people. You got to remember, you can do a self-fulfilling prophecy on a country. You can. You can actually cause what to happen by the words in your mouth. And so you don't want to make people panic. But there are things you can control, like, aspects, hey, we're going to be working on control, but be honest and say that we do have an oil issue and we're going to attack it and bring it down. But they don't care. It's part of their plan. They want to introduce electric vehicles in a sense because they want to do this green push because more technology, more turning robots, the green, electrical, all this crud is another move. Not saying we should. There should be a balance between nature and harmony, environment. But that's another move that they're going to make billions and billions trying to push you into more green stuff, right? Because they see money out there sitting there with their little lips. They don't care about the environment. See, if they actually care about the environment, then we would already have this green thing under control. But it's not. They don't care. It's about money. So I'm green. Yeah, green because you see green money to be made. So anyway, that's about that. See how it goes tomorrow in the market. This would be, like I said, this is not the big one. This isn't the big one that's even iPet Goat 2 has a video of about the dollar crashing. It's going to take some big global event because a lot of stuff is still local, right? We need a big global event. Some people said it's the Evergrande or whatever, but no. It's going to come out a surprise. It's going to blow our minds. It's going to be something that, it's going to be like the Tower event, the Towers of Terror. That's all, because I don't get whacked again. The Towers of Terror, those? The Twin Towers of Terror. And it's going to be something, now I'm not saying terrorist, there's going to be some global event. It could be rioting, it could be a small country taxing another small country, something that really puts the world burning on fire, okay? Anyway, so I also want to go back on about that. So I wanted to thank the Father and the Lord and Los Angeles. The reason I came back, spun all around on that, is because I'm having just a time of my life and so blessed. I mean, yeah, I'm living in a suburban, I'm exhausted, back hurts, I can't sleep well, but I'm telling you, I mean, I'm just really enjoying this adventure, and I just can't believe that. I mean, just so blessed to be here at these times. Remember, I told you, it's a nightmare out there, all the stuff we're doing, but remember, we are blessed, and what an honor and respectful thing that we get to be a part of this. I mean, seriously, I know it's bad, it's horrible, but God, you're strong enough, and God He saved His toughest for the end of times, and you're one of them, okay? You would not be going through this if it wasn't through this, right? We're getting attacked by all these directions, right? But you know what? Honor and glory to God. I'm just so thankful. We take with humble pride that we have this honor and this duty, this mission, okay? All right. Love you all and take care. God bless.